Hello, everyone, and wow, okay, this draft got really messed up. I don't know what's going on with this here, and these abilities have already been chosen. But anyway, welcome back to Ability Draft. I think I might actually just fast forward. I think 2 times is fine. I'll go over my thoughts while this goes on. So as first pick, for some reason I got first slot. I played all these games yesterday. All these games, I say. I played this game yesterday that I'm uploading, and I played like 3 or 4 others maybe. And this one was the most successful of the three. But in all 3 of them, I got first draft, which I generally don't like. Sorry, that was bugging me that I had my cursor there. I I feel like when you're first draft, you get one really good ability, and then the rest of it is really just up to luck on what your allies and enemies choose or don't choose. So I was going into this wanting to build something that I wanted to get the Wyvern Ags. So if you don't know, the Ags turns this into a toggled ability, and it's crazy OP if you can get it on an int carry, which like this game was just the perfect setup for me to finally try this build. Like I've been trying to do this for so long. I just noticed that these two are like the same dude. Frozen in a very similar, though this guy's happy, I guess, about Cold Embrace, because that's a good thing. Oh, there's the rest of the abilities. Um, yeah, so this specific scenario, lent, lent? Lended? Lended can't be a word. Lent doesn't sound like a word either, though, because that's like a season in the liturgical calendar. I'm gonna go with Lent, though. This scenario lent itself very well to what I wanted to do, but sadly I got an ult that doesn't have an Ags. So my Ags was sort of... I mean, I bought an Ags just to make this toggleable, which generally I wouldn't recommend, but this build is... I mean, this ability is just so OP that I didn't feel bad buying an Ags just to get that toggleable. And then I obviously needed Splinter Blast. Originally I was thinking like, oh, maybe I could get Curse... It's not... Who has... it's not gonna tell me. Oh wait, yes it is. Because I can do this, and no, it's not gonna tell me. Okay. So, this is the issue that I fell into in the draft as well, is that I was thinking of getting, Eggs, or, fuck me, Silencer ult, and then the ability that gets casted on people when you, okay, I'm just gonna Google it, because, when you get Ags on Silencer, it makes one of your abilities cast on everyone hit by your ult, which is everyone. Arcane Curse is what it does. So I was thinking maybe I could get Arcane Curse and then get Global Silence. Because so I was in a position where I could have 2 abilities. I did not mean to click on that guy. And I decided to get the Glaives and Splinter Blast. I think ultimately this was the right choice that I made. Was Arcane Orb available to me? Because that would be the only... Did no one pick Arcane Orb? Did the entire draft went without Arcane Orb being picked? That's kind of insane. I was contemplating getting Arcane Orb and, I don't know what this ability is called. Sanity's Eclipse. Okay, sure. I was contemplating getting those 2. Also, I'm really bad at last hitting with OD. I didn't realize his animation was as weird as it is. So I apologize in advance for the horrendous last hitting you're about to witness. Like that. Case in point. Oh, I got one. Cool. But so I was considering getting Arcane Orb and Eclipse. Sanity's Eclipse. Eclipse is just Luna's ult, right? But I decided against it because I thought maybe I would have mana issues with it. But I think it probably I don't know. It might have cost too much mana. So when this is toggled, it costs certain amount of mana, 40 mana per second. So that drains you fairly fast. You're not in it for a very long time, and you'll see eventually I do, like, spoiler alert, I do end up getting the eggs. So you'll see how it goes, and it drains your mana fairly quickly. So I think if I had the Arcane Orb on top of it, it might not have worked out too well. But I really like the Splinter Blast pickup. It's a really good ability. It's sort of underrated for some reason. It's a look at the range on it. It's so good. And so if you don't know how Splinter Blast works, you cast it on something, and then it doesn't actually deal damage. So like if I cast it on this range creep, it doesn't deal damage to the range creep, but it splits off and deals 100 to 340 damage and does a 25% slow on everything hit by it. That's in a 500 radius, so I don't know how big a 500 radius is, but if I were to cast it on this range creep, it would hit. What's my attack range? 450. So it's a little bigger than this circle that's around OD right now, and it'll split off and hit everything within that radius and slow it. God, I was so bad last hitting. That was horrible. I just did not get the hang of last hitting with this guy at all. I think maybe eventually I did. And it also looks like the Arctic Burn projectile is much faster than just my normal auto attack. And sadly, I didn't notice the disruptor that was in the middle of my lane, killing my courier. So I go really long in this round without my bottle. And that was a complete misclick. If I had actually clicked it on the minion like I wanted it to, that guy was probably dead right there. But I messed it up, so he lived. I was thinking, oh, maybe there'll be like a rune top, but there wasn't. I was sort of just like praying for a regen rune or something, but it just didn't happen. See, like, you can clear waves really quickly when you Splinter Blast like that. It's why I got the ability, because I knew I wanted to go mid, and you shouldn't go mid without a wave clear ability. And Splinter Blast is the ability I chose. And I wanted something that I could really max first, too, because these two abilities don't... I mean, this does increase the range, the attack range, and it reduces the cooldown. So it's not horrible to max, but it's just not... Like, you get so much more out of Splinter Blast than you do from this. I mean, 300 range is nothing to scoff at. And obviously I eventually do max it, but I think in the early game you really want to get your nukes up so that you can have presence. Because if I just maxed... God, I'm so bad at last hitting on OD. It's painful to watch. Know that it's hurting me as much as it's hurting you. Like, I'm not having fun watching this either. Which is the exact thing that you want to hear when you're watching a YouTube video, right? Like, this is no fun for all parties involved. Oof. Caustic Finale does a lot of damage. I should probably go over builds. I've been talking enough about my build. Great. Well, okay. It's fine. She probably could have picked something better than I don't know what that's called. The CM passive? Arcane Aura? Okay. I think, like, it's a good ability, and it's great for me. Like, it's great for the team, but she's not really using anything that really needs that. And pre-6, she's kind of useless. Like, and she's pretty one-trick, honestly. To just... I don't know why he stayed for... on that low health, honestly. It was a bad play by him, but free kill, I'll take it. Also, it did help that I flew in from the cliff, so I took like a weird route to kill him, which perhaps confused him. But back to CM, I don't think that her build is great, only because pre-6 it's really lacking. Like, I don't know, somehow she has an assist. She also has 1,000 gold. Maybe she's farming, I don't know. But yeah, I guess she's the only one bought. That's weird. With glaives on, I can last it a lot better. Oh, wow. Of course, when I say that, I miss one. And it's a cannon on top of that. Wyvern, I think his build's pretty interesting. Sorry, I needed water. I think that his build... So this Curse of the Silent? No, Arcane Curse. Is Curse of the Silent even an ability that... It's not. Cool. Okay. Now I'm gonna... Okay. What gives? I googled Curse of the Silent. I don't know what is going on with my camera right now. I must have been alt-tabbed or something. So it's called Arcane Curse, but it applies a debuff called Curse of the Silent? I don't know what's going on. It says, so I'm on the Dota 2, like, wiki, I guess. I don't know why, I didn't realize that Wyvern was just, like, AFK in the fountain this whole time. I wonder how long he's been AFK for and how long he stayed AFK for. Because that's somewhat, not a great thing to do to your team, to just stay AFK. So, back to Arcane Curse. It says, Arcane Curse curses the target area, causing enemy heroes to take damage and slowing their movement speed. Causing the heroes to take damage, I guess, and slowing their movement speed. That's a... I wouldn't have phrased it that way, but... Then it says all the stuff, penalty, duration, base duration, blah blah blah. But then it says modifiers. The displayed names are the intern names of the modifiers. Do not change them even if they don't match the ability name, and it has Curse of the Silent, dispellable with any dispel. So I don't know what exactly is going on, or how I even got Curse of the Silent, like, in my head. But I'm right in some aspect of this. We'll see once he casts it. Anyway, all that's to say, this ability stacks, so he can just keep casting it, and like on the same person, and that person just keeps dying. So they sent free mid. We were able to trade, which is good, but I really messed up. I should have bought treads. I don't know why. Like, it literally just slipped my mind that I needed to buy treads. Once I got brown boots, I was like, okay, now I have Dragonlance. But I really did need treads. And I do eventually get them. But it takes me a while to actually notice the fact that I'm even missing treads. Just I literally have no reason. It just slipped my mind. Also, he like really wouldn't run into any mana issues. There was another game that I played with a Skywrath who could have won, like he could have single-handedly won the game for us, but he he had Midnight Pulse, he had Rearm. So he had Rearm, Midnight Pulse, Eidolons, and something else, but I forget what the other ability was. But it was mostly Midnight Pulse and Eidolons that were like the big players in his build. And I just told him like I was like, dude, all you need to do is just keep pushing the side lanes, because we were losing. We weren't losing really hard, but we were like decently losing. But he kept like trying to pressure team fights with his Eidolons and his Midnight Pulse stacking, but that's like not what his ability, or that's not what his build needed. Like if he had a Necro book and all of his Eidolons, because he could have an infinite amount of Eidolons, because he can just keep he can just keep rearming and sacrificing one of his Eidolons. He needs one minion to begin with, or jungle creep, and then he has an infinite amount of Eidolons, because he just sacrifices one of his Eidolons to make 3 more Eidolons, or 4, I forget exactly how many it makes, and then all of them split, and then you just keep sacrificing that one Eidolon as you're rearming and stuff, and you just get so many, and you can push down a tower in seconds. And then you can even get like a Manta eventually to just like really cheese it and get the towers down. And they didn't have great wave clear, if I'm remembering correctly, but he never got a blink, which is an issue. Like if you're doing this, you need to really like get out of the lane that you're actually pushing. He stayed in the lane too much and just he just kept pushing like as his self, so he was just feeding himself when he didn't need to, and then that I think discouraged him from pushing. I was so frustrated with this. I also didn't realize that I didn't pop my DD, which I really needed to do like 30 seconds ago. Not 30 seconds, but a decent amount of time ago. And that guy never died to Arctic Burn. I think it might do... I kind of thought the burn was max health, but I'm thinking maybe now that it's a current health burn. Yeah, current health. So the burn can actually kill, which sucks. Anyway, back to this game. Enough talking about that Skywrath. Basically what I'm trying to say, if you get Eidolons and rearm, push. Like split push the whole game. Don't ever show up to a team fight, please, because you're not needed there. You need to do a different job. And it's hard for people to understand, like, I guess if they're new to the game, they don't really know that you can win the game. And I told him so many times, I'm like, Sky, just like rat them. Like just rat them. All you need to do is not ever participate in team fights and just bring their attention to a different lane so that we can farm or push another turret or win a team fight that's uneven because they're focused on you. But he never did. All he ever did was try to team fight with abilities that are just really not team fight abilities. Sadly, the turret got denied, but what can you do? Treant. Oh, he actually has... Wow, his build's actually really good. I'm super impressed with his build. The Agi still isn't great for Treant because he's not an Agi hero. And it's not horrible, right? Like, he still gets attack speed and armor and stuff from it, but the amount of regen he can get... Does he ever get an armlet? If he doesn't build an armlet, he definitely messed up. Yeah, he should have an armlet. But like, so he can leech seed and heal himself and go into shadow dance. I was gonna say shadow play, but that's a killer song. don't think that's what the ability was called. Um, yeah, and does he have any, like, skill tree that does health regen? He does not. But he has, like, crazy damage ones. Yeah, he has 90 damage and 30 attack speed. And 25 movement speed. Treant's, if you can get carry abilities on Treant, I would definitely recommend doing it, because he's scary. Like, legitimately, he's a terrifying carry in ability draft. I guess it leaves a little, like, frozen field for the range of that ability. So that's good. That's good to know. I really wanted to kill these people because they were... I don't know, they seemed killable. SK. His build's fine. I mean, his stun's good to have. Is he the only stun on our team? He is. So that's not great. There weren't a lot of stuns in this game though, right? Yeah, not a lot of stuns in the game. So it's good that he has one. They really tried killing me a lot this game. Like, that could have been scary. But it wasn't, which is good. I was pretty lucky to have gotten that, I should have been attacking the Night Stalker. I was really good at armlet toggling. An unfortunate missed kill there, but none of us died, so it wasn't horrible. Yeah, SK's build is fine. Just, I mean, he's just a sport, right? There could be, I feel like there could have been something better than Laser, but even Laser has support qualities. And if he gets an Ags, it does increase the range of his Burrow, and it makes Laser AoE, which is good. So that's a good, like, combo there. Yeah, I like it. And I was saying that Laser has, like, a little bit of a support aspect, because it does, oh, am I just not going to get that regen rune? I'm not. Okay. Sure. Who needs them? That was close. Oh, I go back for it. Okay. Very good. The blind is like a good sort of utility. Silencer, I don't know why he fed so much this game. Maybe it's because he was Silencer. Like, I'm trying to think, because his build's kind of insane. Like, he basically takes no damage from magic damage, but I guess we don't have that much magic damage anyhow. Because this is pure, which is crazy. The fact that this ability is pure really, like, set... Oh, and if you wanted to know, I got 250 mana instead of 10 movement speed. I felt like I really needed it, because I knew I was going to be draining a lot of mana with this once I got the eggs. So I felt like that was a good option, and I stand by it. Yeah, Glaives being pure really helps me a lot against the Silencer. Because what is this? So this is 50% magic resist, and then this goes up to 50%. So I think that gives 75 total. I don't think it's additive that it would give him 100% magic resist, because that would just be dumb. And I guess he does... And is Laser pure too? It is. So he got kind of screwed that we didn't have a lot of magic damage on our team. But he had potential to be good. I think this on like a melee carry or something, or like someone who's beefy, like a Tide Hunter, or even a Treant, I think this build would be good. Obviously not with the Sanity's Eclipse, with something more like good. Would be better, but yeah, I think the build has potential. It's just whether or not the character that the build is on is suited for that. Um, Disruptor, the ranged guaranteed bash is interesting, and just like having never having to go out of invis to cast stuff is fun. In this fight, I was taking a lot of damage, so I wanted to sort of distance myself from the fight, so that's why I ran away for a little bit. But then once I was far enough away, I felt like I could go back in. And that's what I did. And then again here with the flying, it really made it easy for me to kill. I could have kept chasing him down the path and I didn't have to follow the stairs, which is really convenient. So flying is great, and even when you like toggle it, you still fly. So meaning that once you get the eggs, you still are flying when it's toggled on. It doesn't make you flying permanently. I don't know if I made that clear enough initially. I kind of wanted to chase harder, but our minions died sadly. Not speaking very good English this episode. I don't really get Huskar's build, and I don't understand why he was mid. I guess is the best way to characterize that situation. They didn't really have a good mid. I think that's what their biggest issue was. Because the Huskar was able to clear, I guess, with Caustic Finale, but that's about all he did. Like, he couldn't ever threaten me, which made it good for me, because I was pretty, like, I don't know, I didn't feel safe to really... If I was against someone who was, like, actually suited for mid, I think this game would have been a lot harder for me. I don't know why I was so afraid to fight there. Oh, it's because I only have 500 HP, that's why. This Slark has a really good build. A pretty good build. It's pretty good, yeah, I'll give it that. Hunter in the Night's really good, and the Life Break, is it called? I was somewhat annoyed here, because I really wanted to kill these creeps, and I didn't realize that the Slark had a Shadow Blade. And also the fact that he had friggin' silence. The silence lasts so long at nighttime. I was trying to ult there, is the issue. But 7 seconds. 7 seconds of silence. So long. 7 seconds of summer? Is that a band? Didn't they tour with One Direction? Anyway. I always get 7 seconds of summer and the other ones confused. Who's that other band? Oh, it's 5 seconds of summer, first of all, is the issue. And then the one who sang the Suicide Squad song. What's that? Who are they called? Who are they called? 21 Pilots. That's it. 5 seconds of summer, 21 Pilots. I confuse those two all the time. Anyway, yeah, I don't really get Huskar's build. Slark's build's great, and Night Stalker's build isn't good. Just quite frankly. He needed like AoE or something to really keep people in the Disruptor ult. I probably should have pushed that. Oh, it looks like I do. Cool. I was worried about the Slark, but then I saw the Slark was bot, and I felt safe pushing this. Got the last hit. Nice. More water. At this point I decided to finish my Hurricane Pike, because with that I can like initiate from further range, or I can separate myself from the Slark. Both things very useful to me. Here I go again, trying to Let's hit this. Oh, yeah, there we go. See, that's efficient farming right there. I probably could have tried it like another time. I think maybe it would have been more efficient technically to use that ability on the blue guy and then auto attack him to death. But who's counting? I think I was able to do so well this game. Does she have an E-Blade? What the hell? How is that possible? And why doesn't she have a Dagon or something? That is a crazy second item. An E-Blade as your second item? That's like actually insane. Yeah, it's just, once I have this Ags, it's so debilitating. Like, it's so, with this max, it's a 40% slow. It increases my attack range by 575, so I'm doubling my attack range, basically. I have 590 with the Dragon Lance, and then an additional 575 on that. What is that, 1,165? Like, it's insane how far that is. No, my Hurricane Pike too. Just once I got the eggs, everything was just unlocked. Alright, what did I get? I got 15 in here. Again, I felt like that was more useful than the health because it gave me a lot of, like, mana and stuff. It gave me base mana and also mana regen, both things that I really needed, and also it increased the Glyphs of Wisdom attack. So that gave me 15, 80% of 15 is 80% 2/5? No. 4/5. No. Is that true? Yeah, 4/5. Wow. Okay. 4/5 is 12. So 12 extra damage on my auto attacks, plus the actual damage I'm getting from the int, which is 15, so 27. That gave me 27 damage, and then all of the additional stuff. I thought that was my auto attack going for him. I was like, what the fuck? That would be insane. I probably, like, honestly, I may have been able to 1v3 them right there. With my Arcane Rune. I think I may have been able to. I don't think I should have ran, is really what I'm saying. If it wasn't for that ult, again, I would have been able to kill a lot of them. Looks like my Treant just 2v1'd someone. I was like, really afraid this game for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't really, like, fully understand my potential at this point, I think. I was still kind of afraid. Because I didn't have a great early game, but I mean, I'm 7-3, so it's not horrible. I'm definitely not doing the best on my team, though, with the Treants doing really well. This CM somehow has a E-Blade. But I'm holding my own. Like right here, I could be harassing that guy. Look at that range! It's so crazy. It's so stupid how far that range is. I wish, like, I think the only thing that would make this build better, maybe, and I don't even know if it would make it better because it would really gimp the early game, but I would love to have silencers, or not silencer, sniper. I would love to have snipers passive on this just to get that much more range. Like, it would just be. I also really wanted to get what's Windrunner's ult called? Focus Fire. I really wanted to get Focus Fire with this build as well, because I think that would be fun. I think that would be probably one of the best ults to give it this. Because I think Focus Fire, I'm gonna Google this, but I believe Focus Fire's range scales with your attack range. That's what it seems to do. Or maybe not. It's just saying that its cast range is 600. So if that's true, then it's probably not great.
I'll take that.
Oh no, it's, yes, Focus Fire cast range is relative to Wind Ranger's attack range and is increased with items like Dragonlance. Okay, cool. So that's what I thought. That's very good. That's super good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Imagine having this. Imagine having, what is my attack range again? It was like 1600 or no, not 1600, like 1160, something like that. I thought that this guy had already invised, so I messed up. I should have gone for the silencer. Would have been much better. I should have hung out at that sentry ward too, probably. Could have killed him maybe. And I don't know if I ever went over exactly what this ability does, but so you attack once and it burns their health for 8%. And that, I don't think attacking the same target reapplies it. I think it's just you attack one and it's applied and the burn happens to them. But if I'm attacking someone for more than 5 seconds, then obviously it'll reapply afterward. But I'm mostly in it for the extra range, and like generally the burn is good. It was an interesting tactic for that guy to approach me and then just kind of go into his little shell. I should be attacking. I don't know why I didn't kill that disruptor. Oh my god. Why did I stop attacking him? That's frustrating. I could have killed that guy so easily. This game was really easy, to be quite frank. The enemy team just couldn't handle the Treant and I. Treant and me. I'm glad that she missed her E-Blade because that would have maybe saved his life. I doubt it, but like when you have your two carries attacking a guy, you don't want to be E-Blading him so that your carries have to stop attacking him. That does not make sense. So I got a Rax, which is very good. I'm glad that guy gave me the bounty runes. That was very nice of him. I really wanted this money, but he took it from me. That would not have been enough. I was trying to get Ultimate Orb and my Mystic Staff right here, but I couldn't afford it. I wonder if these things are actually taking damage. Oh, okay. Killed them all. Because it puts multiple little skulls above their heads, but I don't know if they're actually taking 2 instances of damage every time, or if it's just like a visual thing. And they're just taking the normal 1 amount of damage. So this is another thing I noticed, is that when I'm clicking the W on people, it's not actually giving me my full attack range, it's giving me the cast range of this ability, which is my base attack. So I should be Alt W. It makes us the auto cast when you auto attack. I should be doing that instead, because that makes it actually cast at my at my range that I should be attacking at. Because I could have been attacking that silencer from much further away than I actually was, because my attack range is ridiculous. I let this CM have the career first because I'm a nice, generous person, I guess. I probably could have taken it from her. She has a Dagon coming to her, and I mean, a Dagon's good for her. Sheepstick's good for me. I don't know exactly who's better. It would probably be better for me to get my item first because it has mana regen on it, and the quicker I get the mana regen, the faster my mana regenerates. So that's one aspect of this that is very good. I should put my Null Talisman back in my inventory. How much int do I have now? 155. So my... Wow, these are very nice to give me things that are divisible by 5. What did we establish this was? 4/5. So that's 155 is 37. No. Ooh. 31. Is it? 155, yeah, 31. So I'm doing 31 pure damage on every attack, plus my 176 attack, plus 8% current health burn. It's pretty good. It's actually not as high as it seems. Like, it seems like I'm doing a lot more damage, doesn't it? But, I mean, the numbers don't lie, I guess. It's just kind of... It really feels like I'm doing way more damage than it's saying I'm doing, but... I guess that's how much damage I'm doing. I really should have my Null Talisman. Or the TB Scroll. Like, I shouldn't have two things in the little backpack. And when I have it... okay, there we go. This is gonna mess up the math, though. My 176 turns into 188, and then I get a little more int. It's a mess now. That was very nice math a few seconds ago, and now it's not nice math. It's bad math. Like, doesn't it seem like I'm doing way more damage than what I just calculated I was doing? Maybe... I just, like, I destroyed that guy. I felt kind of bad. I even said in chat, like, sorry. Sorry, I just murdered you. I wasn't sure exactly what my next ability was, or my next item was going to be. I have MKB queued up because I was thinking, oh, I'll probably be, like, fighting from low ground, but then they kind of stopped trying, really. And I was like, oh, well, Mjolnir wouldn't be bad. I was considering a Moon Shard as well, just to, like, get as many glaives out as possible. Because at this point, the little bit of damage Maelstrom does isn't as good. Like, 120 damage at this point in the game isn't a lot of damage, but, you know. See, like, an MKB would have been good here for all this fountain farming. I don't know why she E-Blades like that. I'm glad that the E-Blade didn't really, like, come into play at all in the game. Did I actually ult him? Oh no, I missed. I could have killed him. I sheeped him there, but I think if I would have attacked him, it would have killed him. So that was this game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And it's not very often that I get to go mid either. Right? Or was my last game mid? I don't really remember. Man, this is the final stats. I didn't have great GPM. My farm was actually kind of horrible. Well, I guess not, because I'm comparing myself to people who have Midases. So for not having a Midas, I guess my GPM wasn't bad. Yeah. It wasn't horrible. This is my skill build. Oh, at the end I got Spell Amp. The other one is Arcane Orb duration. And I don't know if Spell Amp applies to, like, the burn. I'm not sure if that's how that works. and I don't feel like it would apply to glaives either, but maybe it does. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching this, and I will see you all next week.